Hey guys, and welcome back to Farming Simulator 2017 on GreenRiver. So from last week's live stream, we finished mowing up this field and of course the Chrome Optima come out. We rode it and we have found, and it got bored up in the stream, and I thought it was just the machine doing its thing, but it may not be. When you got big windrows like this, which is just using the stock in game big windrower, this thing slows down to a crawl when it's wrapping and everything is just producing so much material. It's at a crawl. Now, I don't know if it's an issue with it really. I don't remember it ever having that issue before. But I think we are going to suffer through doing these two rows. And then I'm going to TED this lot out from it being in the row and make it hay, just so I can re-row it. Unfortunately, to spread it out again, it will become hay. So that's the game plan anyway. If I didn't row it and I just used the mower, the Massey mower, or haybine, whatever you want to call it, we would have been fine. But it's because I rowed it into such big rows by the sounds of it, or looks of it too. We are empty on our foil as well, so we've got to go fill that up. So what we'll do is, actually we've got this side that we can go to first. We'll open that. Our little light comes on. We'll grab a roll. Come along now, I actually don't know the key for this, so I'll have to open the F1 help. Refill, refill. Bam, that's one side done. We need to do both sides, which is pretty cool. Take out roll, walk around here, and refill. Bam. That's what I love about this machine. And the fact you can do that. Close the door. Before I hit my head. Got the 35. We had to swap it out to the 35. The 25 just didn't cut the horsepower. But you guys can see we have got a few bales. Now, it's been brought to my attention that, and I need to turn this down, that these bales do not work with seasons. Seasons does degrade the bales over time. I thought I had a square on the side. That's the mass cube. Seasons do degrade bales over time. So if you leave them out, they'll degrade. The silage bales, although it shouldn't, apparently it nukes them right away. I'm going to conduct an experiment on Thornton with that. Probably just create some and fast time through and see what happens, and then of course not save. If it does do that, that's kind of a big issue. So unfortunately, we should be able to keep going, but because how slow it's picking up, it's actually quicker to just let it wrap, spit one out. What the issue is because this has two chambers. It's got the main chamber, which forms your bale. You can see we've got 7% in there, so if I zoom in and clip through, you'll see we've got a tiny little bale. If I was using the pre-chamber, which it goes to when it's netting the other bale, because it can't get 100% full, it's just a holding area if you like, it completely loses it and slows you down, and the more full that gets, the slower it slows you down. Just like the real one does that. But because the windrows are so big, it's slowing you down just like that. So, disappointing, but it's probably limitations of it. So what I can do is, once we get part way through, I guess as soon as it's wrapping I can go, because it's not filling up the main chamber, or the pre-chamber. So as soon as it lets it back there, I can go at a normal speed again, hopefully, can I? Kind of, see what I mean? It just bogs you down when it's wrapping. Now, there could be an issue where the wrapper has taken too much power. That's another possibility. Now if that's the case, I may look in the scripts to see if I can adjust that. Because I would say these are windrows this thing should have no issue with at all. But as I say, we'll only suffer through one more row. But this is what was going on in the stream. It was this brutal. Absolutely brutal. Yes, as soon as it wraps. This mod's definitely not perfect. But it's only with the big windrows it does this, it seems. When it's the smaller ones, it's fine, because you guys saw in the mod review video I did last week of this thing, with a smaller row, it was fine. No issues at all. So I'm kind of disappointed the fact that I didn't notice that. I'm not too sure what the flickering texture's all about down there. Probably because it's going so darn slow. Now of course I could drop it down to 1.3s. Meter bales and just wrap them after the fact, which at this point is actually a real good option. But because I'm only going to do one more row, we'll be fine. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Who else was saying? Whoever was brought it to my attention, they said they had the Vultra 400 horsepower tractor and it was doing this. 400 horsepower. So how much power is that thing actually taking? To be quite honest, I would probably knock that down to 0. If I could pause right now the recording easily and go out a game and tweak it, if it's possible, I would do it. 'Cause this is insane. We should put it all on the back of the quad track and see what it'd do. Like or even the Challenger. And see if it does the same thing. Probably does, unfortunately. So yeah, it's just the power requirement. I think they overdid it on what it actually takes and what it needs. Which I think's simple scripting. I think that's base game, so it may not be too hard to tweak that. So as this is wrapping, I guess we will be back once we've completed this row. I'm just going to stop start, and then we'll ted the grass. I'm going to use the T-dub for the tedding. Why? Animated hoses you. It's literally the only reason. So we will catch you when we've done this row. Okay, I thought this was kind of important to show you guys. The Baler net roll is empty. Exit the tractor, open up the side door on the front left to restore the net. Very clear instructions, better than they used to be. And something I just realised, which we're going to have to shut this down. I will shut the tractor down for safety. The Baler used to have a camera on the back, on the HUD, where you could see what was going on back here from first person. That's no longer available. It's a shame, but hey, happens. Probably couldn't get the scripting done in time. Why did that do that? So what we need to do is, we've only got one extra roll in here, which is going to be gone, so you guys can see the empty tube there, and a full bale in the back. Of course, it's got the netted on, but that's the limitation of the texture. This always used to be pretty cool. So we'll hit A. And you can see the animation. It's almost, it reminds me of like a Second World War artillery, or even now the artillery, where you put it on the ramp, you ram it into the breach. Pretty cool. But now we're out in netting, so we'll probably need to buy some of that. And close door. Start up the tractor, wait for it to warm up. Hit the light button. Get the RPMs up on the baler. Let it spit that out and wrap that. Doing it this way, yeah, it's stop-start, very stop-start, but it's actually quick. So, we're almost at the end of the row. Getting there slowly. Alrighty, we've got the tether on now. As you can see, the hoses are all hooked up very nicely. We may have to move some bales. Hopefully the auto load script will work on this. Yeah, it's kind of something I'm a little concerned about, but not too much. Even this row here that I'm going to have to ted out. It's just going to be so much easier to do this, unfortunately. Now the Fence 800, the favourite or variant, however you pronounce it, that has the animated hoses too, I didn't realise about. Oh heck, because it's in a row, you can almost just do it like this. May even do that, to tell you the truth. So that got its little engine tweak last night. It was actually a lot more easier than I was expecting to do that thing. Of course, these videos are being recorded in advance right now. It's Thursday for you guys last week. I'm getting this video done for Tuesday next week. Trying to get ahead for when we go camping. I kind of touched on the subject, I believe, yesterday's video. But when we go, we're going at the end of the month for the first 2 weeks of July, so I got to get videos done. I can't do what I've done previously and maybe take a week off from doing anything. Can't afford it anymore, guys. The way YouTube's been, or is right now, the revenues drop, and well, across the board everything's dropped, to tell you the truth. So that's why you see a lot of channels going to Patreon. And the only reason I've not gone to Patreon is I've got nothing to offer, to be quite honest. And I don't know what the interest would be. If there was a good amount of interest to support the channel and myself, then I may do it. But I don't know. I find it hard to spend the time setting something like that up when is it really worth it? You guys know what I mean though? No doubt. So yeah, I think I will go around a windrow in this, just to neaten it up a bit. And because we don't wrap this, or I hope that it doesn't try and wrap it, the first bale that comes out will be wrapped. So it'll be silage. I don't think there's any way of ejecting bales, round bales, unfortunately. And the BM, the way they've got stuff scripted up. I will say this, as I'm using the BM's Chronoptima right now. Someone asked them about doing different coloured wraps, and apparently they weren't having any of it. I'm very disappointed to hear that. It's like I said in the comment, they need to open their eyes and see the bigger picture on that one. So it just means hopefully people will do it to the baler. I think someone messaged me somewhere saying they've done it. Me personally, I'd like to see just colour selectable stuff, but because they use palettes, I don't know how doable is it. Really not too sure on that. And the more I'm going down these rows, the more I'm thinking I don't actually need to row them. Really don't think I need to. It's just spreading it out slightly, making it actually look more like a row. Well, actually, saying that, it's still peaky. I think it's one of the worst things Giants did was make the windrows a tip anywhere pile, because it just doesn't look like a windrow. Not any of the rows I've ever seen, let me tell you. That is for darn sure. Yeah, this is going to take a while. We may find something else to do in today's video, because this is, yeah. Ding, 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 ding. Although we don't have many rows remaining. Kind of hard to row that small one, but we'll do half and half on the field. Why not? We'll have to buy some netting though, because we will probably be spitting out quite a few bales. I think how many bales did we get? 39 or something? So 39 a wrap or a roll. So if that's the case, I'll probably have to buy another roll. Because we didn't fill it, neither. Didn't buy any, to be honest. So, I'll take the front loader down there. Alright, I'll come back once I've got this rode up. It's going to be a little while. Means I'm not going to be having lunch for a while. I'm hungry. You guys can see the time up in the top right hand corner there, hopefully. It's 11:39 and I'm getting hungry. Been awake for a while now, so. Oh, the fun. Oh, the last windrow. Yeah, long last. I will probably come from row them. We'll see what we can get. I'm pretty much over this field, to tell you the truth. I don't want to deal with it anymore. So we'll get that folded up. And so we've just noticing this tether. Down at the bottom. Or is it not going to do it? No, it's not going to do it now. It's folded. It was coming up that was missing some text for doing a command. I don't think that's been updated for a while. Got the Massey there that I was going to use the tether, but because of the pipes, I thought nope. Kind of in two minds what to do with those Masseys right now. The information that I got that I talked about, I think last week. Possibly on Friday's video, or maybe even Monday I boarded up. I'm really in two minds whether to continue using them, but I probably will personally. And they're not as good as... I'll still use that thing because it's completely separated from everything that's been going on. But the 698s and stuff like that, I don't know. Hook up onto the baler and see how it performs now. It'll be kind of interesting to see if it poops itself or whether it will motor on through this stuff. Very interesting to see what it will do. And here we are. It's a big old piece of kit, this thing, if you think about it. Alright, so I don't think it is going to wrap them once it's a full hay bale. This first one I expect it to wrap that, but after that I don't know. Hopefully the pickup head is wide enough where it'll gather all of this stuff. So that one will be silage, the rest will be hay. Like I say, I anticipated that, so what we'll do is we'll back it up. I can put it near this one. And gut. So we'll get out and double check. That should say silage, 6,000 litres. Now I will switch off J. So in theory that switched it off. Why did I do that? Wrong one. Just in case. I've had it before in the past where it would still wrap them. I never understood that. So I want to see what it does here. So it should just spit it out the back. Let's see, why is it wrapping it? That one should be grass. Or not grass, hay. Maybe it will after this one. It thinks it's silage. And cut. Now it is 100% hay in the chamber. And yet the stupid thing is, I had the wrap switched off. Remember that. I had turned the wrapper off. Now if it keeps on doing it, I'm probably just going to say screw it and nuke the baler for the time being. That's better. You can actually see the texture slightly different. Yeah, hey. It's weird how it works, this baler. So now we should be able to just go full working speed up and down. Now it's netting, it's ejecting. This I can understand being slow. But then our speed should pick back up, which it is doing. So it is the wrapper that's the issue. Interesting. So it is technically a non-stop baler. Technically. That being said, you almost come into a stop when it's ejecting. Because of the pre-chamber. These windrows are so full. I know for the future not to make them so full. That's kind of a mistake on my part. And it doesn't help the fact the pre-chamber gets almost 100% full neither. I've never got it to that point, so I'm wondering if it just keeps on throttling you back. Because it used to give the animation of where the pre-chamber was on that first bar there. Now, if I remember, the watermark will be over on the left. Oh yeah, it does. It does show that still. That's cool. Because they themselves made a lot of the scripts for this track, or this baler, they probably could do it fairly quickly, the conversion. Now let's play around with the unloading. Oh, where is the auto unload? N. So manual. And that should be collect. So if memory serves, what it will do is it will hold one in the back, dump one, dump the other. So it now beeps to say, hey, you need to let that one out. And it should drop that one. So this mode you do have to stop. Which is a downside maybe. Let's get rid of that. Did they roll? They may have rolled. This field is in such a mess. So yeah, lesson learned, use a smaller windrow. This baler does not like lots and lots of material. $50 bales for it already. Dang, Daniel. Yeah, that texture flashing there going on. I think it's supposed to be simulating like stuff going in, but yeah, that's not happy, is it? So we'll definitely do. We'll do some poking around for the wrapper to see if we can pull the horsepower rating from that down. That being said, we know why it's doing it because the rows are so big, and the pre-chamber and all that stuff. Why is that bale cool? I have no idea. Right, what we'll do is, so to save you guys, because no doubt you're getting bored to tears, because actually, because how slow this is going, I'm not particularly enjoying this. we will also, well, we'll head over and, there's something else to do. I think the combine. We've got more fields to harvest. Although this was my favourite baler. I'm not going to say it is anymore. It just doesn't seem to be handling like it used to. I know, I should have stopped. See, it's almost got me dead stopped. Yeah, there's something not quite right with this baler. That or it is just sheer amount of volume that we go through. Anyway. We'll switch that off. Switch the tractor off. And we'll find something else to do. Like folding this up. And taking it to the next place to harvest. Not sure where that is actually. Not sure what the next field is, if there's a next field. This needs to get ploughed and cultivated, which does take a little while. And I've even got a live stream later too, so I've really got to wake up. Maybe have my second coffee for lunch, or with lunch, before lunch. Yeah, I'll just put the feeler out there. This is probably going to be a shorter video than normal. Thought I was ready to record, but nah, I'm a little too sleepy still. I went to bed really late. I've been getting up at 9. And I went to bed at like 3 o'clock in the morning. I was waiting for the mod review of the overly complicated cedar, as I call it. The thing's awesome, but yeah, really complicated to go live, and that took a little bit of time. So it's basically me going to bed at 7 o'clock over there. Which ain't unusual, to be quite honest. It's just getting up early. I feel it. I really feel it. Alright, let's check out what needs to get done. Wrong one. That one. Ready to harvest. 27 is our next port of call. We are coming for you. And it's literally just straight down this road. Pretty sweet. Now tomorrow, oh, what map shall we do tomorrow? Maybe a Thornton? I don't know. Well, I say tonight, or tomorrow. I'll be recording them tonight. Luckily I've got some time to record tonight, I think. The possibility of no one else in the house. Not that that usually matters, but I should be able to record later with no issues. Warrior sneaking through over here. Yeah, just around here. Probably better if we went on the roof. It would have been better, but hey ho. Live and learn. Live and learn. So I think I started to say earlier, and I've just seen the fence reminded me. The 8,000 or 800 variant or whatever it was, I did the horsepower tweak that I wanted to. It was 240 horsepower. I think the real ones, I looked on tractor data, and the real one was saying it was 237 or 230. Something along those lines. Yeah, it was 230 real life. In game, they've got it to 240. Now what I've been saying is, I've tweaked the fuel pump and the turbo. I've now put it to 300 horsepower. Which, you may think, wow, that's a lot, but reality of things, you tweak the fuel pump and give it a bit more boost. Real life, it being an older engine, you probably got away with that and could do that no issues. It's not, actually. It's definitely not. That tractor, I just felt like it should have that sort of number. The stuff that I was wanting it to do, mow a field, couldn't do. It's a 240 horsepower tractor and it couldn't do that. Yeah, something awry there. So we tweaked it. gave it a little tune, which people still do. You look at JWB Farm Services, John, his fast tracks. He quite often says he had them chipped. One of them he had to take off, or take out the programmer or whatever, but he's done it to them. And I imagine those tractors, there is a lot of horsepower you can get out of them that the JCB and the manufacturers are holding back. On a lot of modern day tractors, I almost guarantee you could make them quite powerful. Now, if you see the returns and the gains and all of that, if it's worth it or not, I don't know. So what we'll do for you guys is we'll make it up and do a little bit of harvest. Helps if I hit the right buttons, doesn't it? It won't be much though. Probably go until those trees over there. Usually if I start a task I like to finish, but there's no way we can finish that in this video. Soybeans, so no straw or anything to worry about. And away we go, off to the races. Put GPS on, fall asleep for a while. I could quite easily do that right now. Don't know why. It shouldn't have gone to bed so late. Bottom line of it, shouldn't have gone to bed so late. Oh, what happened there? Missed the line by the looks of it. So due to the size of this field, I think when I carry on harvesting it, I'm going to split the field down the middle. Why do I do that? So you can get through the field easier for the grain carts. Doing that. I mean, typically in real life I'd do it. I don't know whether it's often done, but I would. Just so tractors can get in and out the field easier. Don't need to worry about anything. And here's the two trees I said about, which is almost a full-length video, geez. Good stuff. So I've got another hour to wake up. Maybe a 4 coffee day today. 4 cup of coffee today. So, as I say, we will stop right here. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. It may have been boring. It kind of was, and even I'll say that, so if it was, you kind of want to know, did you find that boring? Figuring out the Crown Optima and its issues. I'll see if I can tweak that. I don't know if I can, because their scripts are probably way past my pay grade. So until next time, guys, we will see you tomorrow on a map on some source, I don't know which one. Until next time, catch you guys later. See ya.